Yeah, I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. Sorry about that. I think our internet started acting weird again. So, anyway, today I pretty much didn't do anything but taking care of my house and taking care of my cat, doing laundry, making sure she was fed, and just doing some knitting, taking out taking out some full trash bag of full of nasty little trashies. So anyway, I had to make sure my cat had a lot of attention because she doesn't like being ignored. So I had to make sure she was okay. But she's right there on the table, on the corner by the door. She's fine. She's just tired. So we have a new story for you guys tonight. It is the janitor on the overnight bus, which is like a janitor cleaning up the overnight bus. Like say something was on the bus, like say the trash on the bus. So the janitor would have to clean it up somehow, make sure the bus is shiny, clean, and looked like it was brand new bus for the kids to go on a school bus or whatever, or any kind of bus. It doesn't even matter. So anyway, tomorrow is July 17th. Also, there's a new movie that's playing tomorrow. It is called The Odyssey. So it's almost like related to the actual movie. Well, actually, real life events from centuries ago, like the actual real life events about the Odyssey. Like it's kind of like Pompeii, but it's a bit different. So, but anyway, I'm going out to see the movie with my friend. So also, I am, knitting like always, doing the knit one, purl one with all 31 stitches with regular straight knitting needles. I mean, I'm working my ass off on that. So anyway, but yeah, I hope that you guys are getting ready for the new stuff. It is hot outside. It's like hot boiling, that sort of thing. So I am literally hoping that it kind of goes a little bit cool off so we can all go for a walk. But I'm going for a walk, hopefully. But if it cools down, then yes. So other than that, I'm probably just gonna stay home, not do anything, just you know, do some housewife thing. So anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Also, our bookstore is officially out of our business, and we're no longer doing selling all the books, but we still need to get our bookstore like cleaned out, like officially empty, I hope. So, but anyway, it could take us maybe less than 2 weeks. So, anyway, but yeah. Um, and after we're done with getting everything cleaned out, I am going to finish working on my second novel. So I hope that you guys are ready to get reading my novel, because I probably should finish reading my Stephen King book. Anyway, let's just get started on the ghost stories, because tomorrow I have movie thing with my friend, and I need to finish reading Stephen King. Also need to finish working on my second novel, Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and I did finish the Volume 1, but I need to finish the second one. It's called Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. We're going to work on the title. We're going to work on the front and back cover of my book, and some pictures, hopefully, like my cover picture of the author picture thing, just like we did on my first one. So anyway, let's get started. Just sit back, relax, maybe get something to drink, and please click like, share, and subscribe as well. Also, you guys are always welcome to join me on live stream, and you're always welcome to join me on the conversation right here on, the chit chat, that sort of thing. You guys type any sort of question, and I'll try my best to answer it. Just not with the text, but just, through the microphone, on live stream. So anyway, let's get started. So the janitor on the overnight bus, season 6, episode 196. I hope you guys are ready, because I'm ready for it. So anyway, I hope this story will make any sense to you all. So anyway, let's just get started. So Fearless, I hope you're watching this video. You're always welcome to join me right here on live stream. So anyway, let's just get started. Keisha took the overnight bus from St. Louis to Nashville because flying during holiday week cost more than common sense, and because she convinced herself she could sleep anywhere if tired enough. She was wrong. Night buses create a strange democracy of discomfort, everyone breathing the same stale air, everyone pretending the seat angle is temporary, everyone negotiating dignity. With plastic cup holders. Yeah. And mystery drafts. By 1 a.m., the cabin had settled into cuffs, headphones, and the occasional hiss of the brakes when the driver checked speed on downhill stretchers. Keisha sat near the back because it was all that remained. When she looked across the aisle, in the very last row sat a man in blue coveralls with a ring of keys clipped to his belt and folded yellow caution sign resting against his knees. She found that odd, because luggage that size should have gone below, and because no one gets on a bus dressed like they just left a school hallway at midnight, unless they are either exhausted or dead. The second possibility did not become available until he stood up at a closed rest stop and walked calmly through the rear emergency exit without opening it. Keisha didn't scream. She also didn't sleep. After that, she stared at the back door until her eyes watered and eventually convinced herself she must have drifted off and dreamed the whole thing. Then the bus toilet went out of order somewhere in Kentucky, leading to the kind of low-grade passenger misery that turns strangers into problem-solving committees. The driver muttered about waiting until the next station because maintenance codes were above his pay grade and below his emotional threshold. As he said this, the man in coveralls appeared again at the rear, tapping one finger against the side panel near the emergency toolkit. He looked directly at Keisha this time and said, "Waste tank valve, sticks on inclines. Tell him before the next hill." Then he sat down, folded the caution sign more neatly, and closed his eyes as if nothing impossible had occurred. When Keisha, feeling ridiculous, relayed the message to the driver, he swore over at the next shoulder and discovered the exact valve issue before the next sea parade could have turned the bus bathroom into a rolling biological incident. That would have been enough to classify the man as useful rather than terrifying, but other details followed. At the next station break, Keisha saw him standing by the vending machines. While everyone else shuffled for snacks, he wasn't buying anything. He was looking down the corridor toward the janitor closet with an expression of mild, professional disappointment. Minutes later, a child spilled orange soda across the tile near the board gate. Before the station employee could even grab paper towels, a bucket, and wet floor sign were already by the mess. No one admitted moving them. On the bus again, Keisha asked the man bluntly who he was. He answered without opening his eyes. True. Then, after a pause long enough to become its own sentence, he added, "Still am." At dawn, the bus rolled into a terminal old enough to have seen better decades, and too tired to hide it. While waiting on a delayed connection, Keisha asked a coffee vendor whether the station used overnight maintenance staff in blue coveralls. The vendor looked at her over the steam wand and said, "You mean Reggie," in the tone one uses for local weather or the mayor's parking habits. Reggie apparently had been a janitor at the terminal for years before dying on shift from a heart attack while setting out wet floor signs after a pipe burst near the restrooms. Staff who worked overnight still claimed he appeared on buses and in terminal corridors whenever something messy, hazardous, or humiliating was about to get worse through neglect. Toilets got fixed before overflow. Lost medication coolers got pushed toward attendants. Vomit incidents somehow met cleaning supplies 1 minute faster than human staffing should allow. He doesn't haunt, the vendor said. He prevents. Keisha spent the day trying to decide whether she had become the kind of person who tells janitor stories at coffee counters. The answer apparently was yes. Because by evening she was watching every terminal corner for blue coveralls. Her connection home was delayed by sleet. Passengers sprawled on model chairs under harsh fluorescent hum, while announcements dissolved into static. Around 11:20 p.m., Reggie appeared at the far end of the gate area beside a row of sleeping travelers and looked not at Keisha but at the elderly man 2 seats over from her. The man had been coughing for an hour and insisting he was fine. Reggie pointed toward the man's feet, where a paper pharmacy bag had tipped under the chair unnoticed. Then he tapped twice on the defibrillator cabinet mounted on the wall. Keisha's stomach dropped. She alerted the gate agent, who crouched to help the man and found not only the fallen nitroglycerin, but enough symptoms to call medical before a full crisis developed. The paramedics arrived in time. The man later waved weak thanks from the gurney, unaware that the first warning had come from someone the paperwork could not include. After that, Keisha stopped thinking about Reggie as a ghost in the storybook sense. He was too practical for that. He belonged to the category of people whose ideas of honor involved making embarrassment and danger slightly less catastrophic for strangers. The bus terminal seemed built to keep producing situations he could not resist correcting before boarding her final leg home. She bought a small coffee and set it beside the maintenance closet door, without really knowing why. When she glanced back from the line, the cup was gone and the wet floor sign leaning nearby had been folded shut. Job apparently complete. No apparition thanked her. No lights flickered. The simple efficiency of that felt exactly right. If Reggie was still on night crew, sentiment was probably less useful than supplies. Months later, Keisha would still speak up faster in public places when something looked off: a spill, a child separated from an adult, an older traveler leaning too hard against a wall and insisting they were all right. She never became mystical about it. She simply learned that some invisible labor keeps shared places from collapsing into shame and hazard, and that the people best at it are rarely thanked properly while alive. The overnight bus had given her one dead janitor and one enduring lesson: maintenance is not ground. It is dignity applied before disaster gets theatrical. Wow, this is so tragic, you guys. I mean, a man who died from a heart attack. His name was Reggie, and he was the best janitor on earth. So, he wasn't really haunting the place, especially the overnight bus. He was just trying to prevent from people dying, like from actually having an accident. So, what did you guys think? Do you think Reggie did the right thing by protecting these innocent living people on the bus? Do you think that Reggie was the best person to help these people? I think so. I think he was a guardian angel. If that ever happened to me, I would simply thank him for protecting us all. I would thank him for protecting me because he was the best guardian angel we could ever ask for, especially the janitor who tried everything to prevent the accident from happening. Chris, do you think Reggie did the right thing by saving their lives?
Yes.
Guardian angel?
Yes.
I think Reggie was the best thing. So, now that the story is done, we are going straight to the questions with answers. If any of you guys have any questions or some good answers to it, please let me know in the comments down below. So, it's a little bit short today, but we'll figure something out by tomorrow. So, anyway, thank you guys for listening to the story. Now we're going straight to the questions. And I'm kind of sweaty right now because it is so hot in this room. This is the only room that gets extremely hot because of the weather. So the rest of the house can be very cold, but this is the only room that can be very heated. So anyway, let's get started on the questions with answers. We have 10 questions and 10 answers. So I hope that makes any sense to you guys, because right after this, I'm gonna hang out in my room. I'm probably just gonna get ready for tomorrow. So I'm going to the movies, and well, I'm bringing my blanket. So anyway, I'm probably gonna have some lunch, maybe during the movie or whatever. It depends what time that the movie will be playing. He got the tickets. My producer, Fearless, and the best producer. So anyway, let's get started on the questions with the answers. Would you have told the driver about the valve issue. After hearing it from a ghost, yes, of course I would. If the spirit, yes. If I didn't get the message from the dead, I would probably forget what they were going to say or trying to pass on the message. Like, they're trying to protect us all. A lot of spirits do. So, my answer will always going to be a yes. So, I mean, Reggie, do you guys think that Reggie was a guardian angel trying to protect the innocent, the living from an incident that would have happened on the bus if hear what Reggie did say, if she didn't pass on the message to the driver about it, bad things would have happened. Did Reggie have done that, or if he wasn't there to stop the accident, would it be too late? Let me know in the comments if you think Reggie did the right thing. For me, I think he did the right thing. So let's go to number 2. Do you think Reggie stayed out of duty, habit, or character? Well, I think that Reggie stayed because he was trying to save people's lives. Because if it wasn't for Reggie, things would have been different. Like, the bus and crashed, and the issue could have been worse. So I think that Reggie stayed because he wanted to finish his job to prevent for what was going to happen. So, and if you think that Reggie stayed because he was trying to save people's lives, angel, or he was something else, let me know in the comments if you think he did the right thing, saving their lives and finishing his work. Let's go to number 3. Why are bus stations and public transit spaces good settings for hauntings? I think that they are good settings because, well, there was a man named Reggie who was the best janitor, but he was also, well, he was a human being, He was just trying to make sure people, were taken care of. He was trying to protect them from something. So let me ask you guys a question again. That goes for you too.
Okay.
Why are bus stations and public transit spaces good settings for hauntings?
Because a lot of people are waiting there.
They just want to get home, wherever the home is.
I bet the airport's haunted too.
I think so. So
maybe we'll find a ghost when we fly to Seattle.
Maybe the spirit will try to communicate with us by telling us something bad could happen on the plane. Yeah. I probably would take advice from a dead person. I definitely would. So when we go to Seattle next year, I definitely want to speak to the person who died like centuries ago, or less than centuries ago. Maybe in early 21st century, somewhere around there. We're like in the middle of it. So anyway, I think maybe Reggie was just trying to see what happened, but I think he was trying to save their lives. He's trying a good person, and I mean he's a good spirit. I think he's a miracle worker, and he's a guardian angel. He was just trying to tell people that something bad's going to happen. He was just trying to warn them. So I think he did the right thing. Let's go to number 4. What was more unsettling, him walking through the rear exit or his practical correctness? I think it was maybe walking through the rear exit without actually opening the door. So if I saw his reflection or if I saw him walk through the walls or through the doors, I would be very, very shocked. And I'm like, what? That did not just happen. I would be processing through that. And I would be freaking happy about it. I mean, shocked at first, processed through, flabbergasted as well. But I would be brave enough to talk to him anytime. I would be like extremely happy. I'll be smiling, but scared to death. So I would definitely try and communicate with him. But if I saw him walking any other door, like say if he showed up at my house right now through the wall, I would be like, hey Reggie, how you doing, buddy? Are you trying to warn me about something bad will happen? He would probably say, yes, I'd love to do that. Well, thank you, Reggie. You're welcome. It would be awesome. But yes, I people trying to protect them from something terrible would have happened. So, well, walking the rear exit, that's my point. That would be the more unsettling thing, is to see walk through the door. Let's go to number 5. Okay, guys, we have 5 questions left before I sign off here, and it's 16 minutes after 9. So, was Keisha right to keep listening to him? Yes. If she hadn't, bad things would have happened. I mean, literally, driver would have lost control and the bus would have crashed and people would have died from the incident. And it would have been, Keisha would have been with the victims. So, Keisha did the right thing by listening to Ray, the janitor, and she finally told the driver and somehow saved her. So I think she did the right thing. Yes. Okay, let's go to number 6. Do you think preventive haunting is a fair way to describe Reggie? Reggie was an amazing guy. I mean, he may have been old, like, say, almost the same age as my father. I'd say 60s or 70s. And he would have been almost like a bit short and maybe a little bit scrawny, but hey, he was the best janitor people would have had, especially airport janitors, train station janitors, janitors, especially at school. I think Reggie was fair. and he was to protect these people. He wasn't trying to be mean. I think he did the right thing. So if I were him, or if I were Keisha, I would probably listen. I would take his advice, literally. Okay, let's go to number 7. We're almost done here. Why does janitorial work carry so much unseen in this story? That's a good question. I think that Reggie's work as the janitor actually seemed, well, how I put this, well, it carries so much burden, maybe, shame, maybe, or like so much sadness, perhaps, and confusion. Since Reggie has passed away from a heart attack, it was so tragic and sad how he died, because he died by loving his job, just by working very hard to get where he wanted to be. So, Reggie, may he rest in peace. This ghost story about Reggie, the janitor spirit, he was an amazing guy. Okay, this story is actually based on real life events. What happened to him a long time ago, probably. We don't know what year he passed away. Maybe sometime in the 20th century. We don't know what year, but hey, may he rest in peace, and we will miss him no matter what. We will remember him the way he was, a wonderful janitor and a miracle worker, like a guardian angel. So he will always be remembered as a guardian angel, a wonderful person. So may he rest in peace. Rest in peace, Reggie. You will always be remembered and missed and loved. So that's what it was. Okay, guys, let's go to number 8. Would you have coffee by the maintenance closet? Yes, even though spirits don't usually drink, because they're spirits, they can't touch anything, because they're no longer of our physical world, and that's why. But if they use their magic, it would be an amazing thing to do. I would not be afraid, but yes, you can leave coffee by the maintenance closet if you choose to, but it's just being kind to the dead. All right, let's go to number 9. Okay, guys, we have 2 questions left before I sign off. Can public spaces be protected by the dead in ordinary ways? Yes, it can be. Always. Same question for you. Can public spaces be protected by the dead in ordinary ways?
Yes.
How do you feel about it?
I don't know. It's pretty good.
Do you feel comfort by the dead?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Fair enough. Comfort from the dead, even though public spaces can be protected by the actual spirits of the dead. Of course, it can be, yes, any kind of space. Of course it can be. All right, let's go to the last question. If it comes from becoming disasters, to honor that.
By trying to preserve their memory?
Yes. I probably would respect this spirit, and by taking over the janitor job, like prevent things from happening, I would remember this person and just be very respectful to this janitor. Be very kind to the janitor, and just continue doing his job that he did for many decades before he died of a heart attack. And yes, you can preserve all that energy, and just giving him a lot of acknowledgments. That's exactly what I would have done. All right, guys, we are out of time, and I just want to say thank you for watching this and listening to the story about Reggie the janitor. So the next story is going to be The Bride's Veil in Storage Room B. This is the new one. So anyway, tomorrow we'll be going on the same time as always, from 8:30 to 9 p.m., which is episode 197. The Bride's Veil in Storage Room B. So this is the new one. So I just want to say thank you, guys, and have a wonderful night. Stay safe, stay spooky, have fun, stay hydrated. May God bless you, and be kind to one another. Especially, please respect all the janitors who are just trying to, clean everything, just trying to prevent any accident that could happen. So just, if a janitor accidentally falls down, like say an older janitor, like say like he is in his 60s or something, or 70s, if he falls down, be very kind to help him come back up. Like, help him up. So anyway, like ask the janitor if he or she is okay, if they can do anything to help them. So just be very kind to these janitors. If I saw any janitor, I would probably just be very kind to this person. So anyway, thank you guys and have a wonderful night. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And see you next time on Ghosting with Anya. Good night. Bye.